All right. Know what it is. Get on in here. Man, feeling great on this Saturday evening, afternoon going into the evening. Um, it just brings me to a question when, I'm sure there is a technical time or what have you, but when does the afternoon end and when does the evening begin? And is there a time between those two? No, that's not my subject, but it just, something that just came to mind while I was thinking right after I said good afternoon. So, yeah, hmm. When does the noon end? Because afternoon is basically any time afternoon. So, yeah, no, it could be midnight, which is, the next day. So, I guess it can't be midnight, but I'm sure it has a time limit, and one of you geniuses out there wouldn't mind sharing it with me. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and comment, or if you catch it live, go ahead and chat with me. Get me online, get me on track. You know what I'm saying? Good day, good day here. I'm out in the backyard out here, Morrow, Georgia, doing what I do. Taking a break from what I do. You know, uh, they just gave my grandson his first haircut. You know what I'm saying? My grandson, aka Baby Man. Y'all don't need to know his real name, and if you do, big ups. You got to be close. Anyway, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What y'all up to, man? How's the weather on your side of the map, on your side of the planet? You know, um, as you can see, it's pretty good where I'm at. In the shade, it's kind of cool, you know. But hey, even in the sun, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, yes, indeed. Um, got uh something that came to mind, something that I've been, wanting to express. I ain't gonna say get off my chest because it ain't on my chest, but it needs to be expressed because all the time I've been here, I've been hearing the saying that misery loves company. You know, and I feel what they saying. You got to watch out for miserable people because misery loves company, and that is a true and real statement because someone can be miserable, say, one of your classmates or one of your coworkers or somebody that you have to be in close proximity to. Could be someone on a train, a bus, or on a plane, or whatever the fuck. Maybe your Uber driver, maybe the person at the restaurant when you ordering your lunch or your breakfast, coffee in the morning. It could be anybody. And or one of your customers, could be one of your customers that come in, and somebody that's miserable will put that misery off on you as if you are doing something wrong, have you done something wrong, or anything, they're gonna bring that misery, that miserable energy to you, and that miserable energy may or may not affect you in a negative way. You could, go into the situation and, being doing what you can and all you can to be positive. And, next thing you know, it just throw your day off. It may piss you the fuck off, or um, it may put you just in the mode where you don't want to be, don't need to be, have not been until you encounter this person or people or type of person or people. Um, so that's how the phrase come about. Misery loves company because they're going to bring you into their realm if you're not careful. You're gonna be miserable for the rest of that day. You may even take that home with you, thinking about what transpired or whatever, how you handled it, how you should have handled it, or you may feel like anyway. But so I just wanted to say, for those out there that's on the same vibration as I'm on, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel this phrase when I say happiness loves company too. Hashtag happiness loves company too. In other words, that same way that that miserable person spreads their misery around the job, around schoolyard, the school, your classroom, around, just society, man. The same way they spread their misery to other people, you can spread happiness the same exact way. You understand? Like, fuck the miserable people. I ain't saying, bow down to them. I'm saying spread your happiness. Spread your happiness no matter what. When they around, ignore the fuck out of them. Miserable people hate to be ignored because one thing that I see, they want that attention. Do not give them that attention that they die for. You know, I mean, yes, every now and then you might have to dot an I or two. You know what I'm saying? On a miserable person, let them know to back the fuck up off you, but don't get yourself in no trouble because they ready to run to them laws. You know what I'm saying? They ready to add more, put some fuel to the fire. They ain't gonna strike back like the Empire. They gonna try to jam you up every time. So don't fall for them shenanigans, but do ignore them. Even laugh at them out loud in their face. You know what I'm saying? And let them know that miserable shit is really old. You need a hug or something. You tell them go drink a glass of water, man. Tell your miserable people that's in your, you know, vicinity, go drink a glass of water and walk around the block. That will kill all that misery. I'm trying to tell you. Um, anyway, man, so spread your happiness, man, because happiness loves company too. Happiness loves company. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, we don't have to have it. That's the thing about happy people. You don't have to have company. You can be happy just being right by yourself. But at the same time, happiness loves company. Come on. Long as you happy, don't come around with that old miserable shit. You know what I'm saying? I snuff go back the other way. Yeah, I mean, we ain't doing that over here. We ain't doing that over here. Positive vibes. You know what I'm talking about? Happiness loves company too. Positive vibes. Give it at me. Get at me. You know what I'm saying? Black Crown in the building. Uh, Javerick 100 trillion. I do this. I do this. Um, man, very lovely day. The folks all the way back there making lots of noise and shit. But it blocks stay crunk. You wouldn't believe it. But at nighttime, anyway. Um, Yeah, another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. I know y'all seen the coach, man. I ain't finna give him no extra fame. Plus the fact that I forgot his name, so it don't even matter. The coach down in Warner Robins, Georgia, that made all the racist remarks when he came up here to Atlanta. He was downtown for some convention, and he made remarks about nigga bringing him some chicken and paying for a light skinned black sister to give him some sex and throwing him out of a 14-story window. And what else he said? He said he was talking about hanging another young sister out on the Ave, somewhere downtown. It was at downtown Atlanta, talking about lynching him, talking about him and his boys coming back hunting in Atlanta, saying Atlanta is overrun with niggas. just everywhere. Just oh my God, it didn't used to be like this. It used to be such a nice place, and they in the restaurants, they everywhere. Him and old Roe, him and old Roe, don't come up here and go hunting, huh? So let me tell y'all my thought on this. Oh yeah, it's real fucked up how he spoke his mind. Okay, let me take that back. It's not fucked up that he spoke his mind. It's fucked up how he thinks. His way of thinking is fucked up. I mean, hey, speak your mind, but I prefer that anybody that's racist against my race, especially, go ahead and speak your mind because as we see, oh yeah. Plus, he said some stuff when he said something about ordering a red bone and a white girl, and say nah, his buddy don't want no black girl, no red bone. AKA that was a black girl for y'all. Those of y'all don't know. When he said red bone, that's a light skinned black girl. He said no, homie don't want none of that. We tried that before at the house, and then he go on to mention that you know they gonna end up using her up and thrown out the window. So it makes me wonder, has this person done something like this before at the house, quote unquote, at the house? Like he said, they tried that one time at the house. So apparently it didn't go well. So he needs to be investigated. It may be some some young black ladies missing down there in Warner Robins area, you know, due to him and his buddy Roe and that other person that he mentioned and the rest of their clan down there in Warner Robins. Plus, this brings up another thing, the fact that he said that Atlanta is overrun with niggas. He didn't say it in that many words, but somewhere out of on the unedited version, it's probably those exact words. But hey, I don't know. Um, well, I've been saying this for years because coming up watching uh, black movies, I've noticed not only black movies that are made by black um, um, writers and producers, but black movies that are also made by other races. Um, a lot of those movies have been directly and indirectly messaging for black people around the United States to move to Atlanta for a better life. All those movies, you can go back and watch them. Um, they all reference Atlanta, everything from Baby Boy to Menace to Society to Boys in the Hood to, I mean, you just name it. The ones that I've seen, I can't say I've seen them all, but Atlanta seems to be big on their radar since the late '80s with sending us here. And I've been saying that. I'm saying for the last 10 years, like maybe more, like what's going on? Why they keep sending people here? Black people, American black people that's coming into this country. They are sending. Now, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it because, you know, I'm around us all day, every day. It's been like that all my life. Um, because we've always had a pretty balanced population as far as the demographics here. Um, on my side of Atlanta, I'm in Clayton County. It used to be in the '80s where it was more majority um, Caucasian. Now it's majority black, and then right after that you have maybe equal with Asian and Hispanic. But yeah, what's the reason for them sending all the blacks in America to Atlanta? Like right now, I've actually worked with people that said, and I've worked with these people for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and they said I was the first person that was from the Atlanta area or Georgia, period, that they've ever met. They say all they work with is out of towners. All they work with is all they live around is out of towners. So that's how I mean the population here has grown vastly, since I was a kid, which is good. I mean, every thriving city is gonna do that. But yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what's the reason? I mean, we got the CDC here. Another thing, when they started to move all the blacks in Atlanta, we used to have three army bases on the south side of Atlanta. Was it three? Two. Fort Gillum and Fort McPherson, both in predominantly black neighborhoods. One in Forest Park and one, well, Forest Park right off Jonesboro Road. That's on the southeast side of town, and the other was where Tyler Perry studio is in East Point, between East Point and Southwest Atlanta, on the southwest side of town. So when they started to move all the blacks here, just in droves, just like during the Olympics and right after, when they tore down all the projects and all that, the army base is packed up. Like, they're still there, but they're not acting army. They're not active army bases anymore. Um, so it's like they took all our defense and they gave us, directions to come here and took all the bases. Then you got the CDC here, and we just went through a pandemic, and in the pandemic, everybody shut down except Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, and see, of course, the government could have stopped that. The government here in Atlanta, you know, from the mayor, the governor, the police chief, the sheriffs of each county, each of the five counties that stayed crunk, um, being Clayton, Fulton, Gwinnett, Cobb, DeKalb, Clayton, Fulton, Gwinnett, Cobb, Cab, yeah, DeKalb, yeah, uh, stayed crunk throughout the whole pandemic. Um, and we got the CDC right here. The same people that told y'all to go in the house. The same people that told y'all to stay in the house. They right here. And the law said, it's okay, y'all can party. It's okay, y'all can go out to eat. It's okay, y'all can, you know, do whatever. Still go to work. No, it's okay. We just shut the rest of the world down. I'm just wondering. And it started when the pandemic first started. I was hearing, oh, only these people get sick. No, only these people get sick. No, only these people get sick. No, it doesn't affect African Americans. Then next thing you know, it only affects African Americans. What the fuck? Like, this was the worst pandemic I've ever seen. This is the only one I've ever seen, but it was the worst so far. So, I mean, come on. Y'all get that shit together, man. Get that shit together. I mean, shit. I mean, just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Why us in here? You know, um, I'm gonna leave you with this before I go. I've always heard that all the biblical and spiritual scriptures and all that there, was really based over here in the West. All right. So, with that being said, always remember happiness loves company too. Happiness loves company too. Take that with you and leave it with somebody else. Happiness loves company too. Hashtag happiness loves company too. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here because I got some work to do as usual. Well, peace out to you and yours. You know, hope you have a peaceful and prosperous weekend, week, month, year. Hey man, life, enjoy, keep growing. I'm gonna get at you soon. Black Crown, Javerick 100 trillion, out.